Hey, this is Stacia, and so I'm going to share with you a training game as part of my Rise to 2000 on Lichess. Um, this game, I got the white pieces and played someone else slightly higher rated. So I was about 1930 and they were about 1950. And, well, I went 1e4. They went c5. I went d4, of course. Takes c3. And I faced this move d3, which, it's a fine move. It kind of, it's what I call a disruption move because the pawn moves forward. And now my pawn on c3 is sort of in my knight's way because that's where I want my knight. And even though I can take here, it's like I wasted a move with this, they wasted a move with that. If I want to get my knight out, I have to waste another move. So it's just sort of a disruption move. But I really don't mind seeing this. I take knight c6, and now I like the move c4, which is a book move. And I'm just saying, like, okay, fine, my pawn doesn't belong on c3, so let's just get it to c4 and get all my pieces on good squares. And I have very nice control of d5, which is a break that black will likely want to get in later. Okay, they went d6, knight c3, e6. Okay, so I wasn't really used to seeing this Shivanigan type pawn structure here. This is called the Shivanigan pawn structure. Usually what I see is the move g6, and I'll check the opening book. Yeah, g6 is by far the best for black. The engine says g6 as well. It also likes knight f6, followed by g6. Yeah, it's just the most natural development scheme for black, just do this. That's a very nice diagonal, and you go from there. But my opponent, I don't know why, but they didn't really decide to do that. They instead went with bishop e7. Yeah, knight f6, castles, then bishop e7. Now, I do think this isn't quite as good. I mean, the bishop would clearly be better on g7. And not only that, but I feel like if black is planning on castling kingside, which they probably should, I feel like without the bishop on g7, the king might be a little more vulnerable. Because I'm going to get like very Morra-esque type play, even though it's not a Smith-Morra accepted at all. It's actually a Morra Declined Push Variation. That's what that's called. But I do see some similarities with the Morra still. Okay, usually this pawn is gone. So it is different that my c pawn is there. I don't have an open c file, but I have nicer control of d5. Okay, anyway, I played queen e2, and I'm just doing the Morra plan. I like this plan even in these decline variations. Castles and rook d1. Hey, I'm going to put my rook across from the queen. That's going to make e5 a little more dangerous for him. So let's try that. And he went a6. And I was like, huh, can I just go e5? Like, can I go e5 right now? And I honestly do think it's probably the best move. Now, I'll show you what some of my calculations were. I thought after e5, he could try this move, but then I saw I could take. If he takes with the bishop, I have a discovery here, and I thought I must be better here. That knight is pinned, and I got a pawn out of that, and the engine says winning. Okay, good. So I was right about that. So if he can't put his knight there, I thought he could try this one. Now this one happened in the game. What I thought the best move might be is knight to e8. Let's see what the engine says. Wow, it's actually saying d takes e5 and knight takes e5. Oh, well, wait a minute. No, it's still winning for white. Everything's winning for white. Wow, e5 just wins. e5 just wins according to the engine. Yeah, like it's giving like this move. I mean, okay, I'll take your queen, Like that's what you want to do. mean, I guess that's black's best chance. But I'm still up 1 point of material here too. And black has double e-pawns. Well, black has 2 bishops though. Yeah, I still like white, and the engine does like white too. So that makes sense. Okay, let's turn the engine off though. In the game, after e5, he went knight to g4. Now I calculated this too. I thought, okay, I'm going to take this, and he'll probably take back with the bishop, which he did. And then I thought, you know, I think I have bishop h7 check. Because, like, if we do this and the king takes, we have knight g5 check. That unleashes a discovered attack on that knight. If they try doing, like, that queen thing where they take and guard the knight, it doesn't work. I've got a bishop here. I'm still on the knight. Like, it just looks completely winning. So that is what I played. Let's see what the engine says. Wow, it likes a different move even better. Wow. It likes throwing in c5 first, which actually does make a lot of sense, right? Because that bishop is sort of pinned. I can check. I mean, I would definitely be wondering if they could do something like this. But then I take. Yeah, and the knight's hanging and the queen's hanging. It's a big problem, isn't it? And that knight's actually attacked twice. So even if they move their queen and guard the knight, it's just not good enough. I could just take that anyway, right? Like, let's just take. Yeah, that's winning. Interesting. Okay, but in the game, I did not play c5, the ultra precise c5. I just took immediately. I was like, hey, you know, this looks really good. He took knight g5, king g8. Let's grab the knight. And he played f5. I actually was seeing like weird stuff with f6. I thought f6 was an interesting move. I see the engine is saying f6 is best. I'll show you what I saw turning the engine off. I thought after f6 I could try this move, attack the pinned bishop. But then there's f5 forking me, and I wasn't sure what's going on. You know, like I could try this. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going on, to be honest. Yeah, the computer says it's equal. Yeah, like knight or rook takes back, and it's just equal. So I'm really glad that I didn't fall for any of that, but my opponent didn't play f6. Yeah, the engine says take here. Oh, I looked at this too. I mean, this is a bit dangerous. I thought here, you know, we are threatening there. I thought they could move their queen though and protect that. So let's say queen e7, right? Getting out of the pin as well. Oh, but then we can take, because the queen cannot leave defense of checkmate on g7. Yeah, and they can't do this because that just loses the bishop. It's a fork. Okay, that's cool. I didn't quite calculate all that accurately, but I wasn't even sure if he was going to play f6. So he played f5. And, well, I was kind of hoping he'd play this move because I want to go queen h5. So that's what I did. And he went rook f6. So I really kind of missed this move because I thought he was getting mated. There's no way out. But yeah, this does create a way out. You know, the king can kind of come out now. But I still thought I should come in. I was looking at check here, check here. I can at least grab the pawn there. Check. He cannot block with a rook because, you know, that will be checkmate, I believe. So I went for this. Takes. King e8. Yeah, white's winning. We just have to not blunder now, you know? Yeah, and then I did play this move, which I liked. The queen's overworked, right? She's just overworked and underpaid, just like me. I hope Michael Jolson isn't watching this video. No, just kidding. So, yeah, I could take that. I mean, they can't really take the rook. Well, they can, but... Yeah, and I've got this guarded. Don't forget. That's important. So, they actually played this move. So now I'm up even more material. And I thought, well, you know, let's go ahead and trade here. So I did. Now it turns out that queen h8, I see the engine likes. Yeah, that's a good move probably. Let's see. I would be afraid of what here? Probably just this. I don't know. And then we check here. Okay, well, if here that the knight takes it, what about this move? Then bishop f4 is strong. Just protect the rook. Interesting. Okay, well, I could have played like this, but I think what I did is fine. I mean, if you're out material, you can trade queens, and it should be a big advantage for you, and the engine says +10. Okay, but I can mess up games, especially if I get in time pressure. So I was still like, okay, you know, I got to make sure I win this. Now I liked my move c5, just protecting the rook, because the undermining move b6 doesn't work. I take the knight. And if they take the knight, or if they move the knight, I thought the knight's awkward. The knight gets awkward. Let's see if c5 is the best move. I just want to know. Yay, it is. Okay, I thought it might be. Okay, so knight b4. And now I just need to coordinate, right? But I went with knight f3 because, again, knight f3 comes with tempo. And I'm not sure my knight wants to stay here. I guess I could play like that. That is possible. Maybe that is good, but yeah, the engine likes knight f3. Okay, turning it back off. Knight f3, because I want to do this. More material. Let's win more. Okay, but they saw and blocked it. So I used the newly available e4 square to attack the rook, and they went here. Now, I thought about bringing my knight in like this. I wasn't sure what's going on here. I'm sure I'm still winning, but it just doesn't look all that appealing. Oh, I could go f3 and then take here next. That looks like a good plan, actually. But in the game, I just went bishop d2. Let's tickle that knight on b4 because he's ticklish. And he moved away, and okay, looking good so far. Now my rooks are lined up, except for one thing. There's two things between them. I want my rooks connected. That would be coordination. Okay, they brought their bishop out. Yeah, and I went with the somewhat lame knight c3. Let's see what the engine wants to do here. The engine likes knight h4. Okay, and if here, oh, they get forked. Ah, okay, because I wanted to do this, but I didn't like this move. I just don't know exactly what I'm doing, because even if I come here, it feels like the rook might come in at some point. I don't know, but I mean, probably not. I shouldn't be so afraid of that. It's not anything. But knight h4, they can't go there because of the fork, so I like that. Okay, but I played knight c3. Yeah, and I liked knight c3 because I have this in-between move. Taking the rook with check, so that wins a little more material. I can take here. And now I really only have one concern left. And that's going to be this plan by black, you know, like pound me on g2. And it is a little awkward for me to defend. I don't have good defense against this. So, but I, you know, intuitively, I know I must be able to do something. So when he played this move, I was just like, you know what? Let's just take that. Let's just take that stupid bishop. And I'm still at material. You know, I'm up a whole bishop. I got more pawns too. So he played there. He's threatening to maybe do that. So g3. Now I have back rank issues. So I got to be, you know, mindful of that. But it should be easy to get out of. Check, takes. Okay, that actually threatens mate in 2, doesn't it? Okay, so, but no problem. I'll just skewer him. But then the king comes forward attacking the rook. So, you know, I could probably take the rook. Should be totally winning. I was just annoyed by the f3 pawn though. So I was like, you know, I don't have to take the rook. I can actually drop back and take that pawn. So I did that. Yeah, let's look at the other way. I just want to see if it's easier to play or not. So engine says h4. Yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna push the pawn. That's it, right? Like there's nothing more to this. I'm just gonna push the pawn. Make a queen. I've got this bishop to protect that and the other one. Okay, yeah, I mean, I knew this was winning too. I just wanted to see how we would win it. Okay, I'm trying to keep my pawns. Protecting the c pawn. Yeah, and here I get a little bit dumb because I was like, wait a minute, I just hung my c pawn. They didn't see it either though. And I'm like, okay, you know, time to push. Let's just make a queen. Get this game done. Yeah, and now I have the chance for rook e5, which now if we trade rooks, I think it's completely over. There's no counterplay anymore at all. Yeah. Just gotta make sure not to stalemate. But yeah, pretty easy. I just did a simple letter mate. So there you go. I mean, I'm pretty happy with this game overall. I think finding e5, seeing that was a winning move during the game was really good. And well, let's see what the engine says about my play. Run the game analysis. Can you guys see that? You can. So it's going to tell us how many mistakes I had. Wow, I'm pretty happy with this. It says 3 inaccuracies for me, and that's it. Average center pawn loss of 14. It's a well-played game. Pretty happy with that. My opponent had 2 inaccuracies, 3 mistakes, 1 blunder. So let's just quickly look at what the inaccuracies were. I like doing that. First one was this because c5 was more precise. That's kind of funny. I mean, this totally wins, so I'm not gonna ding myself on that one. Next one. It's just in the ending. So here, g4. I should have just played h6, I guess. I mean, whatever. It's mate in 9 instead of mate in 11. Okay, whatever, computer. And what's my last inaccuracy? It was this. f4. Yeah, because g5 is mate in 10, but f4 is mate in 11. So that was inaccurate. Okay. I'm surprised it doesn't say that about my later moves. I mean, I was just messing around. I guess I wasn't messing around. It is counting down to mate. Huh. I guess I was more efficient than I thought, so that's cool. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the game. Oh, wait a minute. We get to move up the Phoenix. So I went from 1930 to 1950 on this game. So let's get back up to 1950. All right, so this is Stacia. Thank you for watching. I'll be back with more chess. Okay, bye.